Hello again and welcome to another video. In this video I'll be looking at some older PC hardware again, and we'll see if this hardware is obsolete or if it can indeed run some games in 2022. So in this PC here we have AMD's FX8350, which is an 8-core AMD CPU from a time before the Ryzen CPUs, and as a GPU we have Nvidia's GTX660 with 2 GB of VRAM. Both CPU and GPU have freshly applied thermal paste, and CPU has its AMD stock cooler. This setup has 4 2 GB RAM sticks, so 8 gigs of memory, and as a boot drive it has a 120 GB SSD, but all the games are run from a 500 GB HDD. First game I tried was Fortnite at 1080p and low settings, except the 3D resolution at 100%, and the game seemed to run very well, and I think it's playable even in 2022. Next I tried something more demanding. Older hardware often has trouble running Cyberpunk 2077 in 1080p. It can sometimes help toggling between different AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution modes. At its best I got it to run at 30 FPS, and I wouldn't myself consider this playable, but maybe I could see someone play the game with this level of performance, since the FPS, despite being low, is quite stable. If I remember correctly, this version of the game was 1.5. The game is luckily not abandoned by developers, and it seems that it's being worked on quite actively, and version 1.7 should be coming soon, but I don't know if they will focus on better performance with older hardware. Probably not a priority, at least. Lowering the resolution from 1080p can give around 5 FPS more, but the game becomes very blurry at this point, and I think it's way too blurry to be playable. So if I had to play this game with this hardware, maybe I would rather keep it at 1080p and look for some mods that try to improve the performance of the game with lower end hardware. Next game we will be taking a look at is Apex Legends at 1080p. This game runs well, I would say. It's still playable, although it cannot stay at 60 FPS at all, especially at the start when dropping from the dropship. It's very sluggish, but it stabilizes after the drop. I recorded one game of the default game mode, whatever it's called, and I'll be making minor adjustments to the graphic settings during it.
Enemy touchdown near me. I'm hit. Could use some help.
Oh no, an enemy landed near me.
Enemy shield cracked. No good. I've been down, brother.
Round one.
Map showing
Contact.
Attention. First blood.
Say one. We're all inside this ring. Listen up, got another squad coming in. Enemy shields broke. Reloaded. Just giving my shields a recharge. Just giving my shields a recharge. Got another squad. Arm up. Enemy shields broke. Reload. Recharge my shields.
Reloading.
Health drone if you need it. Recharging my shields. Shot at. Broke their shield now. Enemy down.
Closing.
Patching myself up a bit.
Care package being delivered.
Incoming care package. I am taking fire.
Next, let's take a look at a game that has infamously poor optimization for lower end hardware. Red Dead Redemption 2 doesn't let you set a 1080p resolution if your GPU has only 2 GB of video RAM, as I discovered last time when testing the game with a GTX 680. The game also seems to take up even more RAM than Cyberpunk 2077, and that may be another bottleneck with this build and another reason for the very low FPS. I would say it's definitely not playable. Even lowering the resolution doesn't seem to really give a better FPS.
Wait, look. There they are. Are you ready with that bow? Aim for their head or neck. We want a good, clean kill. Good shot. Now let's try for another.
Conan Exiles at 1080p runs okay. I have all the other settings at low, but the view distance is set at medium and it seems to run fine. It cannot hold 60 FPS all the time, but I would still say that it's perfectly playable.